I have some questions for you. The first one is, are you an English student? And the second one is, how much do you read in English? If you are an English student, I hope you know how important it is to read every day, at least 30 minutes. Do you have some books in English? Have you ever read a story in English? I have many books. I have so many books that I can no longer fit all my books into my bookshelf. So I have some piles of books on my table, but I will not throw away any book because I like books. Do you know how important it is to read, especially for language learners? English in this case. Do you know how important it is to read? There is a lot of research which shows that people who read more have a much better general vocabulary. And this is not just for people who study English as a second language. It's also true for English native speakers. And even not just for English, but basically for any language, whatever it is. People who read more in the first language or in the second language have much better general vocabulary. There are basically two types of communication: oral communication and writing communication. And any kind of communication have two sides, the transmitter and the receiver. It makes four areas we know of learning a language, which are reading, writing, listening, and speaking. All these skills are closely linked, connected. That means if you improve one, the others will be also improved. There are two types of reading I will talk about. The first one, I will call it relaxed reading. In relaxed reading, you only take a book and read it. And when you find a new word you don't know yet, doesn't matter. You continue reading. The idea in relaxed reading is to understand the general ideas of the reading. And what is really important in relaxed reading is to enjoy the reading. The other type of reading is hard reading, academic reading. In hard reading you make all your efforts to understand every single part of the text. And you use the dictionary to learn all new words you have found in the text. And then you read it again. You study the text actually. My advice to you is to focus on something that you could do now, and reading is a very good way to improve your English. It doesn't really matter if you don't have books at your home, as long as you have internet. Look for something good to read. It could be a short story or article, or it could be a long book. Look for something at your level. If you can't understand the general ideas of the reading, or if there are many new words you don't know so far, it could mean that you are needing an easier text. And the most important is to look something that you are interested about. If you love horses, for example, read about horses. If you are reading about a topic you are interested about, you will enjoy the reading and you will be able to read for so long until you get tired or bored. And as I just said, the more you read, the better your general vocabulary will get. And the reason it will get so good is because you are picking words up in context. And although you don't even realize, your brain is picking up this information about the context, each word that would really help you to learn when to use certain words and what kind of situations and in what kind of context. And if you read especially hard reading, you will be able to use new words and new structures when you are writing. And if you practice more, you will be able to recognize what you learned in listening and to use them in speaking. Don't you want to improve your vocabulary? Don't you dream to become highly literate? Stop thinking about it. You can do it. Start reading more often and you will do it.